2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The beaches of Santa Monica and Venice not too far. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for him.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
And the Clippers starting five. They've got Batum, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Ibaka in at the 5 spot. And for the Lakers, LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Caldwell Pope out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Gasol in at the 5, roaming the paint. George.
Too much at that.
Well, not only looking at Paul George get up, look at the guys on the bench loving it from PG.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
And you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Well, it was the Los Angeles Lakers in their last game, a loss to the Jazz in Utah. And James throws it down.
I love LeBron being shifty on that play, outstanding at going right to the rack with that size, strength, and speed.
Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
The Lakers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. LeBron against Leonard. LeBron outside. Switch. 5 to shoot. The Lakers need to get a shot off here.
So fun watching Patrick Beverley just get after it and alter shots with how much energy he plays with.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Schroeder. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Here's George. And no good. And the Lakers going the other way now. The last time these two clubs came together was also in this. Wow, hammering it in.
Sometimes LeBron just likes to take it all out on the rim. That time on display.
Down low. Leonard on the wing. James covering. Oh, and here comes Schroeder all alone. That ties the game.
Schroeder, one of those guys who likes to change speeds on the floor and uses it to great effectiveness.
And George kicks to Leonard. Now for the teams that are clearly rebuilding, should they simply play the young guns, Greg, no matter what, or should they make them earn their minutes?
Kev, I don't know that there's a right answer to that. I think it's really about the personnel and the personalities of the guys on that roster. And really, the front office should play a big role in that as well. But it's a hard call. You got to believe enough in those young guys to say, hey, that's our future. We're going in that direction. But you still got to also take care of your veteran guys who are kind of setting the table for your future.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers.
The potential Schroeder has is pretty exciting. Such a lightning quick point guard.
Jackson passes to Morris. Shooting foul. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving. and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's Caruso. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game, and out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
The Clippers in the lead. Williams passes to Zubac. The kick out to Williams. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Harrell against Jackson. Back to Kennard. 6 on the shot clock. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. 1:11 left in the first. Here's Caruso. And the pass to Horton Tucker. Back to Schroeder. Shot clock at 5. Another shot. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Now that we have a second, take a look at the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers over the last 10 games. 4th spot held by the Lakers.
I mean, they've gotten a little more aggressive defensively. You can become a more confident team on that end, and so much of it, I think, has to do with forcing turnovers and creating offense.
Now here's Jackson, coming off a stellar performance against Washington. Kicks to Williams. Outside Jackson. In the corner, Kennard with it. And too long on the shot. The Lakers trail. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
So it's the Clippers now, following the bucket by the Lakers. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Kennard's shot is off. Oh, Morris in position. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. It's stolen by Schroeder. Tie game in Los Angeles. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverley about his throwback style.
Old school basketball,
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverley may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And what stands out to you from the Lakers in this one?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
Montrezl Harrell is out there with Morris. And it's LeBron James. And it's Caruso in at point guard. That's who's in the game for the Lakers.
And with a quick first step, Jackson remains a threat to drive on any defender.
Here's LeBron. Second chance shot. And the rejection by Zubac. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Harrell. And the Lakers making a change here. Caldwell Pope checked in. The Clippers also making some changes. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Paul George in for Reggie Jackson.
Well, teams look for +6s, players whose wingspans exceed their height by a half foot. Montrezl Harrell is a 6'7" player with a 7'4" wingspan. If you're struggling with the math, ladies and gentlemen, that's a +9.
Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Here's Harrell. The second chance effort. That one no good. Great tee that time from Leonard. Feeds it to George. The kick out to Williams. Morris outside. Poked away. George with the ball. He's picked up by James. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. And between his length and his athleticism, Montrezl Harrell well suited for that role of small ball center, Greg, in today's NBA.
Yeah, I mean, he's fearless. Even giving up a few pounds, a few inches, he'll go right at you and making steady improvements as a rebounder year over year.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Back to Leonard. Here we go, all alone. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Well, LeBron makes a million decisions a moment out there on the floor. That time, another good one.
Fast break, the Lakers. Kuzma with the ball. Shoots. The kick out to LeBron. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Now here's Leonard. A 32-point game for him in the win against Washington. Shot clock at 6. Now the Lakers on the break for the finish. Finishes the break with a slam.
The quick feet and hands of Caldwell Pope paying dividends at the defensive end.
And George kicks to Leonard. Back to George. A rebound by the Lakers. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
Yeah, on the road, you're already a little out of your element. Then the misses from the line become contagious.
Well, it can affect your confidence, not just as the player shooting, but the entire team. So defenses might get a little bit more aggressive, and then you got to think about the next free throw.
Now here's Beverly after the Marcus Holmes.
And you know he's so good coming off the pick and roll, but what do you have to take away? There's so many ways Leonard can hurt you offensively.
Pass to Kuzma. To the inside, Gasol. Batum grabs the miss.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
It looks like an orange in his hand, and Kawhi tenacious to the rim with that finish.
Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. Gasol trying to free himself up, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Lakers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
A different look for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Luke Kennard comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for George.
Yeah, much improved foul shooter. KCP also starting to get to the line at a higher rate.
Here's Kennard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. They get Marc Gasol.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Alex Caruso is checked in for the Lakers. Marcus Morris is checked in for the Clippers. Williams comes in for Patrick Beverly. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Jackson finds Zubac. Back to Jackson. Caruso grabs the miss. Deflects the pass. And here's Schroeder. Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
A heady play there from Schroeder, zipping the pass to the teammate who had the cleanest look on the possession.
Here's Morris. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And we are not going to halftime just yet. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, Basket. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. The period wrapped up with the teams on level. And that should do it with
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
What a menace he was on defense through the first 2 quarters, just disrupting everything.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he wanted to do out there. Everyone he guarded looked uncomfortable.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Batum is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. And it's James missing. Clippers trail by 6. A shot by Batum, no good. The Lakers shooting for the game at 42%. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That is his first foul of the game. James looking around. Nobody near Schroeder. All the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. Obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important. And then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well, to when your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of light a fire.
Good point. Leonard attacking that shot off, and the Lakers take it the other way. Here's James, and LeBron throws it down.
Love how quickly the King got out there. The first 2 steps getting that break started.
Outside Batum, and the shot is good.
Yes, finally one drops after the 0 of 3 start.
Lakers leading by 4. Schroeder outside. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Takes the 3. Here's Kuzma, and Kuzma slams it in.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
It's George on the wing. Basket good. George has got 6.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
LeBron outside. Shoots over Leonard. The putback. And Gasol able to finish. Gasol's got the lead up to 6 now for the Lakers.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
George against Caldwell Pope. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. They get Marc Gasol.
Paul George right now 1 step ahead of his defender, using the old pump fake.
Several teams changing it up here. He's perfect from the line this time.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Here's Caruso. He's guarded by Williams. Now, here's Zubac. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's George. It's tipped.
Well, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track if they're going to find a way to win.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
Kind of get a team defensively on their heels, and if you can keep pushing and keep attacking, they'd never find some kind of defensive balance to help slow you down.
Here's George. Caruso grabs the miss. Caruso's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And Schroeder did not even have to think twice about that shot. This young man simply devours these chances inside.
Outside Williams. And there's the foul. We'll go on Alex Caruso. That's his first foul. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Zubac against Schroeder. Just 5 to shoot. It's his first trip to the line.
And from the line thus far, how about 83% on the season? Outstanding.
And the first one at the line is good. And so he makes both from the line. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. 6-point lead. He dishes it to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
Well, Harrell gets up there and he uses that long wingspan for the finish.
Here's Williams. The rebound by the Lakers.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes. And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Schroeder against Kennard. Good on the bucket. Schroeder's got 6 points in the quarter.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Sure. And he elevates for the slam dunk. Montrezl Harrell did not like that.
Yeah, Paul George, look out, hammers that one home.
The Lakers rebound. Harrell. Morris outside. Here's Horton Tucker. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You know, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. He hits the second from the line. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at air. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. Taking a look at the Lakers. Markieff Morris is out there with LeBron James. Then it's Montrezl Harrell, and it's Horton Tucker in at the shooting guard.
He's attacking right now. Patrick Beverley just getting fired up, and his team is doing the same.
Lakers leading by 5. LeBron outside. And there's the feed to Harrell. Pass to LeBron. Up and in on the layup.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Beverley dishes to Ibaka. Back to Beverley. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. So for the Clippers, Batum comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in for Marcus Morris. The Lakers with the ball. 7-point differential. Here's Caruso, defended by Beverley. It's hauled in by Beverley.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Williams.
The strength and that body that Kawhi has, he finishes through contact as well as anyone in the league.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. It's rebounded by Lou Williams. Clippers trail by 5. Inside. Now the Clippers moving it up. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing. And his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there. Kind of a glue guy.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for the Lakers.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Here's LeBron. Nice shot from 10 feet out. And the Lakers lead by 5.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Leonard the pass to Ibaka. He kicks to Beverley. Outside Batum. 3 on the clock. Yep, that one goes in there. That's now 8 points for Nicholas Batum.
Well, if you're open, Patrick Beverly is going to do his best to get you the ball.
Williams comes with a double team. For three, Caldwell Pope. The Clippers grab the miss. Beverly's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Leonard. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got 3 assists now in this one.
Oh, you could see it from the moment he caught the ball. Leonard looking to rise to the occasion, making the big shot to help the team out.
Gasol controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That's a polished veteran who has just about seen it all. Gasol's able to keep his composure in these big moments.
And Gasol sends it back. They get a hand on it, and there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. George is checked in for Williams. LeBron outside. Gasol trying to free himself up. Nice shot by James. Now it's a 5-point Laker lead.
Look, give LeBron the ball and get out of the way. LBJ again.
And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
Go ahead and lead him, Paul George. Stepping up, a huge shot at this moment in the game.
James against Leonard. And James throws it down hard.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. Caldwell Pope against George. And George with the stuff.
Yeah, Paul George sharpening his swords now. Love to see him take that shot.
Lakers leading by 3. Schroeder outside. Gasol inside, working on Ibaka. Here's James, and the rejection by Ibaka.
And, well, he's been the NBA's leader in blocks multiple times. Ibaka just has that rare instinct for it. Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
The drive by LeBron. Count it!
LeBron James, one of the best ever to do it.
There's 38 seconds left in the 4th quarter. George looking around. Yes!
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Schroeder passes to Kuzma. Kicks it out to Schroeder. It drops.
Man, time winding down. It's always fun to see a player like Schroeder take it upon himself to come up with a clutch basket.
And so it's the Lakers who come out on top here. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's good.
welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting fives for both teams. And it's Thursday night, and it's the NBA here on 2K Sports. Alongside Greg Anthony and Steve Smith with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. Here are the five for the Clippers. They've got Paul George. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ibaka, and it's Beverly in at the point guard position. And for Brooklyn, we've got Harden. Jordan is out there with Joe Harris. Then there's Brown, and it's Irving at the 2 spot. And so Ibaka will bring it up for Los Angeles. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
And turnovers were the story for them when they saw each other last. I mean, just a heartbreaking way to lose the game. And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in LA, but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
George double teamed. One up, one down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Here's Irving. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
And George kicks to Beverly. Outside, George. And it's George finishing it off.
Slippery play by Paul George to get inside. He ends up right where he wanted to be for the shot.
Irving passes to Jordan. Nets passing it around. George against Harden.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yes, let's look on the bright side. You got a great look. It's a play that you might want to go back to again. You see the game plan is working already. 4 straight makes to start this one.
Harden the pass to Jordan, and that one is good. Jordan's got 6 points.
Every year, DeAndre gets a little more comfortable scoring the basketball. That play being a prime example.
And George kicks to Batum. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. And midway through the season, some players going above and beyond. And Steve, is that contract year boost a myth, or is it a real thing?
Hey, Kevin, it is a real thing. You see guys more focused. You see guys that's usually not on time. On that contract year, you see guys on their best behavior, and you see some of their best play on the court overall.
And Luwawu gets it to go.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Fires the 3. Bangs home the trifecta. 5 points in the game.
Beautiful ball movement. Draw and kick. The defense can't catch up.
Beverly against Harden. Beverly the pass to Williams. Outside Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Driving with a purpose. Leonard shakes off the hit, maintains focus, count it.
Here's Luwawu, defended by Beverly, and stolen by Williams. Harris against Leonard. He's looking for Williams and finds him. He gets that one.
Kawhi has all the physical gifts, and the one thing I love, he really can pass.
Harden scanning the floor. From down in the low post, it goes.
Talented, driven, he puts constant pressure on your defense.
Williams dishes to Beverly. Leonard against Harris. Leonard attacking, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
Landry Shamet's checked in for the Nets. And then for Los Angeles, Marcus Morris is checked in for Ibaka. Luke Kennard comes in for Patrick Beverly, and it's Jackson in for Lou Williams.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
The Clippers have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Irving's checked in for James Harden.
He's an NBA champion and Finals MVP in 2014. Kawhi continues to impact the game at the highest level.
And that one's good, Irving.
Allowing any room to operate, you know he's going to be aggressive.
Clippers leading by 4. To the paint. Here's Kennard. Zubac trying to break loose. The shot's good from Kennard.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's Jordan. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
DeAndre is very skilled at going up into contact. Tough for the defense to be able to stop him without fouling.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
And here's Kennard. And stolen by Jordan. The shot misses. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for Los Angeles. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We've got more in store for you right after this. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
That's their mindset. Attack, attack, and attack some more. You're not going to beat them playing soft.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got DeAndre Jordan. Irving is out there with Landry Shamet. And there's Green, and it's Brown in at the 3 slot. And it's Green missing. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
And a lot of that was game plan, putting guys in a position to succeed, particularly on the offensive end.
They understood what the defense was trying to take away and game planned a great strategy to take advantage of it.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Passes to Jackson. Out to Morris. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Jackson down low, covered by Irving. Jackson gets the bucket. Jackson's got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers. Here's Irving. That one goes. Count it. Irving's got his second basket of the game.
And that's vintage Kyrie. He has the blow-by speed to get past defenders off the dribble.
Back to Jackson. Now, here's Kennard. Defense is right there. And it's blocked by Jordan.
Can't be careless with DeAndre is around. He slaps shots back with some real authority.
Clippers leading by 6. Morris into the lane. Jackson down low. He's covered by Shamet.
Shutout in the first quarter. He's heating up now. I like the aggressiveness.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injuries slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
And Batum kicks to Jackson. Morris outside, and there's a whistle. That goes on Landry Shamet. That'll be his second foul of the game.
His second foul in as many quarters. We'll see if he backs off or stays aggressive.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Joe Harris is checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Luwawu Cabarrot comes in for Landry Shamet. And James Harden subbed in for Irving. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. George is checked in. That one goes in for him too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Luwawu. The Clippers have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Outside, George. That three off target had some space there after the little pump fake. Harden with it. Guarded now by Morris. Green, the pass to Harris. The three from Harden. A three-pointer is right on target. Now just a 5-point Clipper lead.
It doesn't matter how a defense plays him. Harden is going to make sure that that three-point shot is a primary weapon.
Morris finds Batum. And the foul on Joe Harris. That is his first foul of the game. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Batum. Leonard comes in for Morris. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Williams in for Jackson.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
And he sinks the second.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
In the corner, George with it. 103.
Love it, love it. Insane move by Paul George, a high flyer who can create in midair.
Brown feeling it out a bit. Here's Harden. Count it. Harden's got 7 points for the quarter.
Oh, he's heating up here now in the second quarter. Watch out.
Williams dishes to Leonard. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. Jeff Green picks one up.
You see the power right there from Kawhi. Absorbs contact and able to convert right through it.
Nets trail by 7. Pass to Luwawu. Down low. It's stolen by Ibaka. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And stolen by Harris. Here's Luwawu. Powered down with both hands.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
We talk about it time and time again. Turnovers are costly, especially when the game is close.
And it's Leonard with the jam.
Talented, opportunistic. When Leonard gets hot, it can last for long stretches.
And so it's Los Angeles heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We'll return shortly.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had 16 points and 2. And that'll do it for our halftime reports.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
And not standing around, not settling for perimeter shots. He's looking to attack.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Batum is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2. Nets trail by 7. Now, here is Harden. Nice move. Yes! And the foul. Serge Ibaka picks one up there. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does. Irving misses.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And the foul on Harden. That is his first foul of the game. Landry Shamet's checked in for Bruce Brown. Leonard against Jordan. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
I'll tell you what, when Kawhi knifes his way to the rim, it's next level.
Irving against George. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Irving.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. And that's the third of 4 straight played at home. Jordan inside, defended by Batum. Jordan with the bucket.
3 out of 4 coming out of the half, showing good execution on the offensive end.
It's George on the wing. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Irving. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Irving's got it all tied up now for the Nets.
Just crushing it here. 80% to start the half.
Here's George. Yep, that one goes. George has got 13.
So comfortable in pick and roll. Paul George is a top-level ball handler who consistently makes the right play.
That one goes in.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And George with the stuff.
Capable of flat out torching you. Once PG-13 gets into a groove, watch out.
Jordan finds Irving. Back to Jordan. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's foul number 2 for him. Some changes for Brooklyn. Jeff Green is checked in for Joe Harris. And Luwawu subbed in for Landry Shamet. The Clippers also changing it up. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Morris comes in for Leonard. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley. Here's Williams. An easy 2 points on the layup. And the Clippers lead by 2.
Despite having a small frame, this is a big part of Lou Williams' game. Taking it up strong inside.
Harden gets the bucket.
Boy, you could see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
Yeah, the reason is they tied it up. But it took a lot of focus and a lot of energy. We'll see if they can sustain this effort.
Another shot, and the layup good by George. 17 points in the game.
Adding to this lead, he's been dependable and consistent at the offensive end.
Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
That's good from Williams, the assist by George. And it's 6 points for Lou Williams.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Here's Harden. Jordan. It's good on the putback.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
There's the pass to Williams. To the inside, Zubac. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
This is the type of playmaker Lou is. Outstanding at getting it to his open guys.
Jordan kicks to Harden. Pass to Irving. For the lead. They kick it out to Green. He dishes it to Irving. Back to Green. Clock at 6. Second shot opportunity. It's good.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
It's George on the wing. He's covered by Irving. Williams passes to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. The Clippers on top. They lead by a bucket. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Irving is out there with Luwawu. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Brown. And it's Green in at the 4. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And the Clippers have possession. Up next for them, the Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum. That will be their second of 6 road games for the team. Morris with the ball. Guarded now by Irving. Morris kicks to George. And he goes big with a dunk right over DeAndre Jordan.
Long and athletic, PG-13 is a terror when he reaches the cup.
Puts the move on, and Luwawu gets it to go. Luwawu's got the game tied up here for the Nets.
And really, after trailing the entire game, they've got to be feeling good about evening things up.
Definitely. But this is the time when you want the momentum. Late is when you want to impose your will.
The feed now to Ibaka. Outside for George. Clock at 4, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
That's just being out of sync, and at the worst time, costly.
Joe Harris is checked in for Brooklyn. Landry Shamet comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. Leonard, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Patrick Beverly comes in for George. To take the lead, and the layup good by Irving. Irving's got the lead up to 2 now for Brooklyn.
After a lackluster first half, he's taken charge offensively. We'll see how the defense responds.
Leonard attacking. It's good. Leonard's got 20 points.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
Morris against Harris. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Shooting for Brooklyn, Joe Harris.
The first free throw is good. And Harris drops them both. Here's Williams. Leonard on the wing. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. He's still hot. Now he is 9 of 10.
The evolution of Leonard's game, making things happen with the dribble drive.
Shamet with it. Passes it to Harris. Nets passing it around. The three. The rebound by Ibaka. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Clippers. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Can't help but love the way Leonard plays the game. Stone-faced assassin.
Irving against Beverly. Irving's shot is good. Irving's got 10 points in just the second half.
Kyrie has done it again. He loves the big shot and the big moment.
Brown against Leonard. The rebound by Jeff Green.
He is so good attacking the rim. It's rare to see him denied like that.
And that one's good, Shamet.
Well, the thing about Kyrie, he draws so much defensive attention. Someone's often left open.
Up top, Leonard. He's covered by Brown. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. It's deflected. Shamet makes it off the glass. Shamet's got 4 this quarter.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both teams trying to close out strong. These are the fireworks that fans came to see.
Back to Leonard. No good that time. And Brooklyn will come the other way. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. And Brown throws it down.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Count that one, and the Nets lead has been cut down to just 2 points from the bucket from Kawhi Leonard.
I mean, unbelievable. It's one thing to be talented, but Kawhi is clutch as well.
Money!
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Harris passes to Irving. Baseline jumper. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
The coach's challenge has been issued. First game like this, it's under the wire. This is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach is going over with his team. This game is obviously close, could go either way, and he wanted to make sure that his guys were all on the same page and were all staying with the game plan in order to close this one out. Kevin?
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
Brown, the pass to Harden. Will it go? Yes!
And it is easy to get spoiled watching Harden. He's had so many games like this in his career, but you still got to appreciate what he does.
So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for him.
Really an accomplishment.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And a glimpse inside the locker room. We are...
Hey, Kevin, the Bucks have their transcendent...
Very dangerous indeed. David, thanks. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. We've got Patrick Beverley. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Ibaka, and it's George in at the shooting guard. And for the Bucks, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. DJ Augustine out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the center position.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Do you remember, Greg, if you watched the standings very much when you played?
You know, we were always aware of it, and a lot of that had to do with the goals. I remember early in my career playing for the Knicks, you know, we were trying to win championships, and we talked a lot about home court and having that come postseason time. So you were absolutely aware of where you were because of the goals you've set, but I think that also changes depending on who you are as a team. If you're a championship caliber team that's won it, and maybe you're in the midst of a dynasty run, it may not matter as much because you know how good you are and you can win no matter where the venue.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
And Ibaka kicks to Beverly. Leonard attacking. Great D that time from Middleton. The Bucks have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Here's Giannis. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
This is exactly what you expect from DJ Augustine. This is why coaching staffs love him. He makes everyone better.
Here's George. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Leonard the pass to George. Los Angeles with another miss. Bucks have gotten all 5 of their shots to go down in the first quarter. Terrific start. Antetokounmpo, no good.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Leonard kicks to George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Oh, my goodness. Paul George under duress of exceptional defense. No problem.
Here's Middleton. No good off the front iron. And so Ibaka will bring it up for Los Angeles. Trailing by 5. They're getting their first look of the season at the Bucks in this one.
Yeah, and last year it didn't matter whether it was on the home or on the road. They failed to take a game from either of the 2 meetings.
You know, they may have lost some confidence coming off those losses last year. They know their roster is similarly talented. You wonder if that provides extra motivation in this matchup this season.
George, that's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Well, you have to respect the focus of Paul George, not letting the defense alter his shot.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Middleton on the wing. Puts one up from 19. The rebound by Ibaka.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
count the basket.
Well, Kawhi Leonard's passing skills have developed over the years, and if you give him that much attention, he'll find his teammates.
Giannis against Batum. Giannis dishes to Augustine. Here's Giannis. That one's off, still out of sync.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
And so they foul intentionally.
You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. Williams comes in for Patrick Beverly. And some changes here for the Bucks. Bobby Portis is checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Torrey Craig comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Dante DiVincenzo. The Clippers also changing it up. Morris is checked in for Ibaka. Luke Kennard comes in for Leonard. And it's Jackson in for Paul George. Rocket 2. Here's Kennard. Offensive rebound. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Clippers leading by 3 and pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. The shot's good from Kennard.
Over the course of his career, Lou Williams has really improved as a passer. That is nicely done.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Connaughton. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
Jackson in the corner. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Clippers ahead. And earlier we checked in with Giannis Antetokounmpo, who had this to say.
I think the most important lesson that I got.
All part of the process of achieving greatness.
Yeah, and most guys have had to go through it. MJ, LeBron, leading a team to a championship rarely happens early on.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And Milwaukee looking at who they've got. Brook Lopez is out there with Bobby Portis. And it's Forbes in at the point guard. Williams passes to Jackson. Now here's Zubac. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch. I agree. And Jackson with the basket on the assist by Williams. Jackson's got the lead up to 5 now for the Clippers. Here's Connaughton. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. And there's the pass to Craig. Here's Forbes. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. Craig's got his first points of the night.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Portis with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Here's Connaughton. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Clippers leading by 3. Here's Morris. Craig pulls it in. The Bucks have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Here's Forbes, and it's all evened up. Forbes has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
And here is Williams. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Zubac. That shot, no good. Good D by Lopez. Portis drives in. And it's Connaughton missing. The Clippers have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. And Portis throws it down.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm.
Kennard, the pass to Morris. Back to Kennard. Lopez with the block.
Well, Lopez twice on the pipes. He has the length to do this every time on the defensive end.
Don't you love the chemistry? Those guys work so well together in the open floor.
Clippers trail by 4. To the middle. Here's Williams. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Lou Williams, so crafty, GA. Just a knack for putting the ball in the basket.
This guy just has the gift. I mean, it's been that way forever. He is just a born scorer.
A different look for Milwaukee. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Lopez. Chris Middleton comes in for Torrey Craig. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Pat Connaughton. And the Clippers with a change here, too. George is checked in. DiVincenzo against Morris. They get it again. Zubac. Jackson from long range. Happy to see that one go in for his second make in 5 attempts.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Giannis up top, covered by Morris. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter.
I'll tell you, there's little you can do to stop Paul George when he's got his game going. He has the lane to the rim, and you know he's going to finish.
To halt the run, DiVincenzo can't hit it. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. 3-point lead. Up next for them, the Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum. And their road trip is only getting started as that's the second of 6 for them. Giannis outside. Good work defensively by Morris. Last outing for the Clippers, they won that game against the Washington Wizards.
And, you know, they played a terrific all-around game. The effort level was there as well as the production.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was hard to imagine them being much better at the offensive end. They were so efficient in almost every aspect.
Yeah, a nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Antetokounmpo inside. He's against Morris. And Giannis throws it down.
And with the monster finish, he stops an 11-0 run by the Clippers.
It's George on the wing. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game. Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At its highest, their lead top. That's all for now.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Ibaka in at center. Leonard attacking outside for George. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
And if Giannis is anywhere close to you, don't shoot it. His length covers a ton of ground, and boy, is he fast.
It's George on the wing, defended by DiVincenzo. Leonard against Middleton. In the corner, George with it. 6 to shoot. Misses in close.
Boy, that makes him 0 for 3 to start the second half. Not the start you were hoping for here.
Shots good by Middleton.
Yeah, they are really starting to push it now.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Now here's Leonard. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And Beverly kicks to Leonard. Back to Beverly. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The rebound by the Bucks.
Not a terrific start here in the second half. 4 attempts, nothing to show for it.
That gives them the lead. Middleton's got his second bucket tonight.
And you look at it, 8 of the last 10 points they've given up here coming in transition.
Leonard attacking. Rebound, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis has got 4 rebounds in this game. DiVincenzo finds Middleton. That 3 off the mark.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
And George with the stuff.
Well, Paul George just putting on a show right now. He's been around this league for a long time. The confidence is there.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. The Clippers in the lead. Here's George. Basket counts. George has got 15.
Well, just solid work in the painted area. Paul George, quality look, excellent decision.
Giannis passes to Middleton. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. And again, the Bucks miss. Here's Leonard. Good work there as it goes. And it's a 5-point Clipper lead.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Here's Middleton. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Middleton's got 6 points in the quarter. George against DiVincenzo. And it's sent back by Lopez. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. On some changes here for the Bucks. Torrey Craig comes in for Brook Lopez. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Chris Middleton. And then for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Morris comes in for Leonard. And it's Williams in for Paul George. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Bobby Portis is checked in for Milwaukee. Bryn Forbes comes in for DJ Augustine. There's the 3. Forbes can't get it to go. Clippers leading by 3. Pass to Beverly. Outside, Batum. Goes back up. And Zubac puts it in. 6 points for him.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Here is Forbes. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Beverly, the pass to Zubac. Rebounded by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got his 5th rebound in this one. Connaughton kicks to Craig. Here's Forbes. The long distance 3 is buried. Forbes has got 6 points.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
Beverly, the pass to Zubac. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. A different look for Milwaukee. Chris Middleton's checked in for Portis. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Torrey Craig. Antetokounmpo looking it over. They get the rebound. He nails it, and we're tied up.
And with his length and explosiveness, it's never a surprise to see Giannis get points on the offensive glass. Great nose for the ball.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
Here is Forbes. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Clippers lead by 2. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. They've got Chris Middleton, also Antetokounmpo out there, and it's Connaughton in at the small forward. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. And so he hits the technical free throw.
And really, from second-round pick to All-Star, Middleton's story inspirational, yet even now it feels like some people continue to sleep on him. And if you're looking to make a big play with the pass, you've got to love Giannis. He's a big target on those alley-oop lobs.
Inside, and that one is good from Zubac. And the Clippers lead by 1.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
And quietly, DJ Augustine has become one of the game's better three-point shooters. This is an established player who finds ways to continue to be productive, guys.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Batum. Leonard comes in for Morris, and it's George in for Patrick Beverly. Now Williams. Outside, George. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Now, you have got to give Paul George so much respect. He's just amazing at drawing contact when he's shooting.
A different look for Milwaukee. Lopez comes in for Pat Connaughton, and it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Bryn Forbes. Antetokounmpo dishes to Middleton. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Lots of room, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Middleton's got 9 points here in the second half. The Clippers trail. Outside, George. Ibaka finds Williams. Outside, Leonard. Giannis against Ibaka. Just 5 on the clock. Zubac the pass to Ibaka. Here's George, and they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And so it's Middleton with it. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. Giannis outside. And the rejection by Zubac.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And Leonard gets it to go.
Exceptional vision by Paul George. This guy is tearing up the defense.
Middleton outside. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Off target with the free throw line, Jay.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
They continue to battle out there, so close to taking the lead.
Yeah, but that's been elusive. They've missed a few plays along the way that they'd love to have back.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Count the basket and the foul. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, You got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. With this game in the balance, he really came after his guys. He said, this is our time. Right now, be in the moment with each other. Do your job, and I promise you we'll win this game. Back to you.
And just about every one of Middleton's shots is a smart one. Even from mid-range, he's not going to force anything.
Outside, George. To the right side. Ibaka goes in. Good D by Lopez. Milwaukee in the lead. Fast break, Milwaukee. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Giannis has got 11 points here in just the second half.
It's just hard to match up with Antetokounmpo's speed, especially in the open floor.
Leonard against Antetokounmpo. Leonard kicks to Beverly. Back to Leonard. At the elbow, it's Ibaka. Got it! And that shot brings them to within just one.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
To the paint, here's Lopez. That shot off the mark. Some solid defense from Ibaka. Here's Leonard. Doesn't go for him. Now the Bucks take it the other way. And George gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
The shot by Middleton, wide open. Milwaukee, no good that time either. And George, here we go. Yes!
You can see Paul George is locked in right now. Big-time shots demonstrate his elite level in the NBA.
Middleton the pass to Giannis. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And the technical free throw is good.
And the whole game resting on one free throw, and he buries it. Tremendous heart.
Leonard with the steal. And Tyronn Lue wants a timeout. And it's the Clippers with the ball. Yes!
Absolutely no fear. Kawhi Leonard welcomes these moments. He relishes these moments.
Timeout called, the Bucks. They're trailing by 2. 1 second left to play here in the fourth. Guys, what's your take?
And with under 2 seconds remaining, they need something quick. Don't have time for an extra pass here, but they want to try for a 3 off the inbound play and go for the win. Definitely doable.
For 3, Middleton. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony.
Hey there, I'm the 2K MC, and if you're wondering what's going down in the neighborhood, you've come to the right place. This weekend, you'll have 4 chances to check out Gold Rush. All VC 1 and ante up will be used as your score, and
let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Gasol in at the 5 spot. And for the Clippers, they've got Paul George. Baca is out there with Batum. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. You know how this goes, Clark. Some guys check the standings every morning. Others won't look at it at all. They'll try to avoid it. What was your approach?
Well, you know, we were struggling as a team during my time in the NBA with the Pacers, so I wasn't doing too much standing watching. But for those guys that are thinking about it, it varies. Individuals look at it differently. I would be a guy who wouldn't want to see it all the time. That's like getting on the scale every day. That wouldn't serve me too well. And George continues to build on his offensive repertoire over time. I mean, if you stay off of him and you give him too much space, he'll burn you for that mistake.
And Batum kicks to George. And it's George finishing it off.
Oh, how about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff.
Yeah, right. I don't know how much weight that carries.
Now, here's Caldwell-Pope. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now, he averages about 9 points a game. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Kuzma, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Taking on everybody, all comers. Kuzma's very aggressive, and he's used to getting hit on the way up. Plays well through contact.
Here's George. He picked up 30 points in their last win against Washington. Passes it to Batum. Outside, George. Clippers moving the ball around. Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And Leonard enjoys jamming it home. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
Kuzma kicks it over to Schroeder. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Leonard against James. Leonard attacking. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Leonard's got his second bucket of the night.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
Pass to Gasol. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, and it doesn't take much elevation for Gasol to throw one down, of course, unless somebody's standing right in his way. That dunk is going to be easy money for him.
Now, here's George. He's a guy we see deliver on a nightly basis, averaging about 24.5 points a game. And Ibaka is right there.
Yeah, and the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter.
Horton Tucker, the pass to Gasol.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Strange to see Marc Gasol shooting from outside. His game, Greg, wasn't always like it is now.
I mean, Gasol has added a 3 to his game in the last seasons with Memphis, and it was an immediate success. He became a functioning stretch 5. Early in his career, he was more likely to drag you to the block and just bruise you more than anything else.
Leonard attacking, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is, but no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Reggie Jackson's checked in for George. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley. The Lakers also making some changes. Morris is checked in for Gasol. And it's Alex Caruso in for LeBron. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. And he makes that one.
The quickness of Reggie Jackson, terrific. Superb at slicing apart the defense with his drives to the rack.
Jackson against Schroeder. The feed to Morris. And the rejection by Zubac. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Chalk up 2 there. Lakers trail by 5. Schroeder outside, and that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. A tremendous mobile one block that we had to see again. Great send back.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
And the shot goes down.
That's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you got to love that action.
Jackson against Schroeder. It's blocked. Morris outside, right at the free throw line, and it's Schroeder missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Here's Jackson. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. Jackson's got his second basket of the night.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
Yep, it counts. There's 14 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Jackson finds Kennard. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Caruso looking for an opening. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the LA Clippers. He notched. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what it...
this game, it's...
Greg, you know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
They've got Kennard. Williams is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in at the power forward position. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Lakers trail by 3. It's Kuzma penetrating. Gets a hand on it, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in. Caldwell Pope's got his first bucket in this one.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it?
Definitely. You're not going to make plays like that unless you expend the energy.
Now, here's Kennard. Williams finds Zubac. Goes up. And the bank shot is good.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Caruso, the pass to Harrell. That shot, no good. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. They went to Los Angeles for their last meeting with the Lakers and came out with a victory.
And they got the better of this matchup last time with their defensive pressure and the ability to force turnovers.
And that really was the difference. I mean, it requires a ton of energy to play that harassing style. It'll be interesting to see if they can do it again tonight.
And so it's the Lakers with it after the Clippers pick up 2. And shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. Here's Kennard. No good with the layup. Lakers trail by 5. From deep three-point range, and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope with a 3. Caldwell-Pope's got 5 now. Reggie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in, is their defensive approach.
To the inside. Here's Harrell outside for Caldwell Pope. It's hauled in by the Clippers. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
Well, it's easy to score when you're facing very little resistance. That's why their offense looked so good in that one.
Well, I think it was a combination of things, quite honestly, but the defense didn't really offer them a challenge all night. I agree with that.
Here's Kuzma. The Clippers getting the bucket. Here's Caruso. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. And George kicks to Leonard. Over James. Leonard, no luck. Lakers trail by 4. And James throws it down hard.
Nothing out of the ordinary there for LeBron. I mean, insane athleticism.
The pass to George. Got a piece of it, and they'll keep possession. And he gets it to go. There's 48 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. James outside. Misses the three.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Leonard kicks to George. Takes a three. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers.
Nice release on the shot. George has put a lot of work into his mechanics. And I like the way he continues to impress from beyond the arc.
Clippers have gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. Picked off in midair. Jumps up, and the dunk by James.
Tell you what, even though he's a little older now, James still a force in transition.
And here's George for 3. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
And that, my friends, is a deck.
And we finished one half of basketball. Clippers ahead. Up.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At its highest, their lead topped out at 5 points. Checking out the Clippers. And that does it for our half.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Without question, George is displaying his skills today.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
So the Lakers 5 right now. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Schroeder in at the 1. And here's Gasol. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. 8-point game. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. That one drops for him.
Man, you got to respect and appreciate how polished LeBron is inside. I mean, he really excels at creating opportunities for himself close to the rim.
George with the bucket. George has got the lead back up to 8 now for the Clippers.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
And they double up James. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Weight room muscle on display there. James, even when he gets hit, he can still score.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Clippers leading by 5. Right side, George. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
And, you know, once George gets on the roll, he's just absolutely relentless, showing you how dominant he can be when he gets hot.
Leonard against LeBron. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Good on the triple. Caldwell Pope's got 8 points.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
George against Gasol. Leonard with no one around. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Leonard with the steal. And stolen by Kuzma. He's looking for James and finds him. And finished off by LeBron.
And LeBron is a force rolling to the rim. When he's diving inside, he's looking for the punch.
Leonard kicks to George. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
George dishes to Beverly. Outside, George gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
Guys, I tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
LeBron against Leonard. Here's Schroeder. Down low. It's stolen by Ibaka. And now the Clippers on the break. Leonard with the ball. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on LeBron James.
Opponents are physical with Kawhi just about every game, but as forceful a player as he is, he just doesn't seem to mind one bit.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Lou Williams is subbed in for Paul George. The drive by James and finished off by LeBron.
And, you know, this is where James is most dangerous, attacking and looking to tear into that defense.
Williams passes to Leonard. Zubac trying to break loose. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
And you can sense the urgency from them now. They were flat in that first half, but they've come out here in the second and been much more aggressive offensively.
Leonard attacking. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And there's only ever going to be one result when Kawhi's driving to the bucket, and it's going to be loud, and it's going to be painful.
Here's Horton Tucker. Defended by Beverly. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you know, with that size difference, that's not an easy shot. I mean, I don't care how close to the rim he is, that's a tough shot.
And the Lakers making a change here. Caruso's checked in. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard.
Guys, it is symbolic of their effort here tonight.
Up again, Harrell on the follow. Harrell's got his second basket.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down.
Well, I tell you what, that's the play we'll remember if they can put together a little surge to break this game open.
And Leonard gets it to go.
And the fact that Leonard can pour it in like tonight, in addition to his defense, is really why he's one of the best two-way players we've ever seen.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
Yeah, and as a two guard, he's typically not a reluctant shooter, so it was really nice to see him orchestrating for a teammate instead.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Lou Williams out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Zubats in at the 5 down low. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
Boy, the confidence of Gasol on the block is really impressive to see. I mean, once he gets good positioning, he goes right to work.
Feeds it to Morris. Gasol with the steal. Oh, and here comes Schroeder all alone. Rips down the breakaway slam. There is just no way to tell who is going to pull this one out.
When you've had this many lead changes, you're looking to see which one of those plays is going to be a momentum swinger.
And that one's good. Leonard's got 20 points.
Not afraid to get physical there. Leonard makes the shot in spite of the contact.
Here's Horton Tucker. He's covered by Leonard. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
And Leonard gets it to go.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
Boy, time to tighten it up on defense. A stop here would be huge.
Schroeder passes to Gasol. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. The Clippers in the lead. Williams kicks to Beverly. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Schroeder. So, for the Clippers, Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubats. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. And George is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for the Lakers. Caldwell Pope comes in for Alex Caruso. Caldwell Pope against George. Clippers moving the ball around. 5 to shoot. Leonard inside. The Lakers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth.
Yeah, first and foremost, he's a pass-first team player, is Caldwell Pope. Love seeing that.
The Clippers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And George, here we go. And it's George finishing it off. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
Here's Schroeder, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
James checked in for the Lakers. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Teron Lue's huddle. He said, I love how we're shooting the basketball. You guys have been locked in from 3. Just keep taking makeable shots. If you don't have it, pass it to the guy who does. Kevin?
All right, thank you, David. And the Clippers making a switch here. Beverly's checked in. And that one's good. Schroeder.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
To the middle, Gasol with the steal. And here we go. Kuzma heading to the hoop. Got a hand on it.
A capable defensive player. That wingspan of Batum, really an asset in blocking shots.
And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for the Lakers.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, but also they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. And now the fast break, George with the ball. Up and in, that's his 10th make in the contest. He has only taken 13 shots.
And George just has an uncanny knack for providing these kinds of baskets. And he makes it look so easy.
Schroeder outside. He feeds it to LeBron. Stolen by Beverly. And now the Clippers on the break. Good! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one.
Well, Paul George has been sensational.
And so James will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. It falls!
Well, they're having major trouble dealing with LeBron.
There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter. George dishes to Leonard. It counts! And that shot brings them to within just one.
Boy, it's a scary sight when Kawhi Leonard starts lighting it up like this.
James against Leonard. Gasol passes to Kuzma. And they have their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Leonard attacking over Caldwell Pope. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but at least they did get the clock stopped. That is the one saving grace of that situation.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And Tyronn Lue wants a timeout. And the officials are calling a technical foul here. You don't see this too often, but they tried to call for a timeout when they had none left.
And guys, you know that during the last timeout, the guys are all reminding each other, hey, we don't have any left. What a huge error.
Certainly, Greg, not one we see very often, but it does happen. His mind was diverted on other things, I guess, not the timeout situation for sure. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
You're looking live and down. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Lou Williams.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
So the Nets starting five. Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Harris. And it's Brown in at the 3 spot. And for Los Angeles, Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then there's Batum, and it's Ibaka, and it's Leonard in at the small forward. Great positioning on the putback.
I'll tell you what, they are effort players, and then at the next level, there's Patrick Beverly.
Irving double team. Jordan finds Irving. Brown outside. Here's Harden. The shot's good. Brown making the play. And it should be a good one tonight, Steve. 2 teams in the playoff conversation.
This is where, Kevin, we see the talent is there on both sides. Also now, this is where coaching can make the difference, putting players in position to come out on top. Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Good on the shot.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
Now here's Leonard. 32 points for him last game against Washington.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
Left side, Brown.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. George looking over the floor. And that one drops.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Irving drives in. And the rejection by Ibaka.
Great defense by Serge, a tremendous athlete, blessed with insane length and leaping ability.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
And the league's preeminent practitioner of the step-back 3, James Harden, is as good as it gets. And, you know, like the skyhook, an unguardable shot. And paired with his dribble drive, a 2-move torture chamber.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. The Nets also changing it up. Green comes in for Harris. And Luwawu subbed in for Brown. Landry Shamet's checked in for James Harden. How about that mobile 1 block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
And thanks to that step back, Harden already the all-time leader in unassisted 3-point shots.
And not to mention 4-point plays. And up until recently, teams built elaborate offenses to create their 3-point looks. Harden the first to do it one-on-one with volume and efficiency.
Here's Shamet following the score by Lou Williams.
Tremendous box out. I love how he bodied up, held his ground, textbook, old school rebounding.
And that one drops for him. Leonard's got 6 points.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Green, and Green slams it in.
You need guys who are willing to make the next pass. Shamet doesn't rack up a lot of assists, but he's unselfish.
Leonard kicks to Zubac. George with the ball. He's picked up by Jordan. They recover it. Nets trail by 6. Inside. Back to Shamet. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. The 3 ball. Paul George grabs the miss. Pushing it up. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
So explosive with the dunk. Kawhi Leonard gets up quick to slam it down.
Here's Irving. And the rejection by Zubac. And pushing it up Los Angeles. The Clippers again in transition.
They have leaned on him all quarter, and it has worked to perfection.
Irving with the ball. The shot will not fall. Excellent D there from George. Now the Clippers moving it up. Zubac finds Morris. George up top. He had a 30-point outing their last game against Washington.
And it wasn't just the scoring. He also impacted the game on the glass. Terrific all-around effort.
Dishes it to Leonard. Back to George. Shoots the three. The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Los Angeles on top. They're up by 10. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
We've got Reggie Jackson. Kennard is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Williams. And it's Zubac in at the 5 down low. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Kennard on the wing. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Leonard inside. He's against Green, and it's in there. Leonard's got the lead up to 10 now for Los Angeles.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Here's Harden. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Jackson drives in, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Jackson's got his first points of the game.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And that one's good, Shemet.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite level passer.
Now here's Zubac. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Washington.
He owned the glass in that one too. No one could put a body on him.
Here's Leonard. 6 to shoot. The rebound by Jeff Green. And so Green will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets, trailing here by 8. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand.
And if you let the little guy get airborne before you slide over to block him out, he can and will embarrass you on the boards.
Now here's Leonard. He's got 12. Shamet with it. Leonard picks him up. Harris passes to Shamet. And it's off from three-point range. Clippers leading by 8. To the inside, Jackson finds Leonard, takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And boy, Kawhi is the perfect target. The big reach to get to the pass and the great hands on the catch.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Now here's Leonard. Jeff Green missing his last shot. Leonard inside. The kick out to Williams. Leonard against Green. Leonard attacking, and it's good. 2 points. Leonard's got 16. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces, but title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office.
Pushing the action, always working for the best shot. Nice drive by Kawhi.
Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. The pass to Luau. On the wing, Harris. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Passes it to Zubac. Kennard with the ball. 1:03 left now here in the second. Nobody near Leonard. It's good on the putback. And the Clippers lead by 14.
Challenging the defense at the rim, something he does very well. Excellent tip in.
Now here is Harris. His last outing, he had 18 points. Now Harden puts up a three. It's rebounded by Leonard.
This is the shot they wanted to get. Right guy, right spot, wrong result.
Jackson misses.
Even though he missed it, this is the exact play your offense is designed to produce.
Here's Luau and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Like a gazelle cruising down the court, Kawhi's difficult to stay with in transition.
Offensive rebound. Shamet kicks to Harris. And here is Shamet.
Enters the league as a great defender. Now Leonard's an elite defender. Multiple Defensive Player of the Year awards.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Jack. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had 20 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take...
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
And not standing around, not settling for perimeter shots. He's looking to attack.
Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Jordan. Harden out there with Irving. Then there's Brown. And it's Harris in at the power forward position. Irving, good.
He gets to the rim at will. Kyrie, one of the most elusive players you'll ever see.
Brown against Leonard. Leonard draws the double. To the paint. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Beverly's got his second bucket tonight.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Leonard with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. It's good.
3 out of 4 coming out of the half. Showing good execution on the offensive end.
Irving attacking. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
He went deep in his bag of tricks, Kyrie. That time using the up fake to draw the foul.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. And the Clippers making a change here. Morris has checked in. And so Irving nails both of them. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. George against Irving. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
Defense throws everything at George, but he persists and finds a shot.
And George drops them both. Here is Harden. 8 points for him. Harris passes to Brown. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
A reliable jump shooter, Paul George's accuracy only goes up when he catches in rhythm.
Beverly against Harden. Jacks up a three. Jordan kicks to Brown. For three, Harris. It's hauled in by George.
Only 1 for 4 in this half. Sometimes it's execution. Sometimes the shots just don't go down.
That's good. He's 5 for 9.
And now they're turning this game into a drag race, sprinting out for easy fast break baskets.
Can they get it? And the rejection by Ibaka.
Ugly start to this half. Hitting just 20% from the field. Gotta pick it up.
Over in the corner, Beverly. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
A shot by Harden, wide open. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Beverly against Harden. Right side, George. And the layup is good. George has got 9 points now in just the second half.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Irving attacking. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got his 4th assist in this one. Outside, George. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Nets. Harris with it. Guarded now by Morris. Back to Harris for the three. Buries it from three-point range. Harris has got 5 points so far.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Beverly, the pass to Ibaka. And there it is for him.
When Beverly first entered the league, he struggled to read the action in pick and roll. Now it's a different story.
It's Harden with the drive. The kick out to Irving. Nets passing it around. Back to Jordan. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
And likes the view from there. He's a strong mid-range shooter.
And with that height, he can get a clean look on any shot at any time.
Here's George. Again, the Clippers.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Here's Irving. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
You like that he's still attacking, but the results tonight just haven't been there.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Here's Morris. He's still scoreless so far in this one. He kicks it to George. 5 on the clock. And that one, good.
It's one of those nights where George's number has been called time after time.
The deep three from Harden. Off the mark. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Very unselfish. If you appreciate teamwork, this is the kind of play that will get you up out of your seat.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. They've got Kennard. Ibaka is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then there's Reggie Jackson, and it's man in at the point guard position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Here's Perry. Pass to Cook. Three-pointer. It doesn't go for him. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Up next for them, the Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum. They hit the road with that, the first of a 5-game run. Here's man. Kennard for three. It's hauled in by Perry. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player.
Three terrific kids, you're right. Shots good by Kennard.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Stolen by Jackson. Here's the three. Kennard's shot is off.
Trying to finish out the game strong, you have to recognize who has the hot hand and get him the ball.
Chioza's shot is good.
So good at the rim. A slow defensive rotation leads to the easy lay.
Pass to man. Launches it. Launches a three. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. A fantastic mobile one block. This one deserves another look.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Kabengele's checked in. Irving with the ball. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got his third assist on the night.
And he's showing signs now of life after going scoreless through the half.
Man passes to Kennard. Down low. To the inside. The pass to Patterson. Here's Kabengele, guarded by Jordan. And it's Kabengele missing. And it's Harris with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Here's Kabengele. And foul on the... And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Patterson. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got 4 rebounds in this game.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Los Angeles.
Their shot blocking turned out to give them a big advantage in this game.
Yeah, excellent defense around the rim there, Kevin. They were disciplined and focused.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year.
And it looks like they're going to spare themselves the embarrassment of being swept in the season series by winning this last one.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Kawhi Leonard.
Shouldering the load for them all night offensively. He came in focused, ready to go, and he delivered.
Here's Chioza, and it's blocked.
At the point guard position, Patrick Beverley is a great shot blocker.
Out to the right wing. Here's Kabengele. Offline with his 3. Brooklyn's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Perry takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
A little undersized at the 4, but he can get off the ground.
Now here's Beverly. Defense right on him. Here's Patterson. And that one hits back iron. Inside. A nice shot by Perry.
On the heels of this run, you wonder where was this effort earlier on?
Well, the question becomes, are they playing that much better now, or has their opponent taken the rest of the night off?
Cabangeli tipped back in for 2.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
They're going to win by a nice margin. The effort was there all night.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Beverly dishes to Patterson. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
I love the patience Beverly has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. And the outcome of... All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge. back in just a moment.
Kawhi Leonard.
It's time for the NBA. Hey, Dave.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with DJ Augustin. And it's Lopez in at the center position. And for Los Angeles, Batum is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the two-guard spot. And it's Beverley missing. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
And guys, they walked into the arena with a certain kind of swagger. And we really saw it play out on the offensive end.
And what surprised me was how easy they made it look. It seemed like they got something out of every possession.
And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Giannis right side. Batum grabs the miss. Left side, George. He kicks to Ibaka. Pass to Beverley. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. On the wing, George. Shot clock at 6. And a miss there on the triple.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
DiVincenzo gets the bucket.
Well, DJ Augustin has been around this league a long time. He does not miss open teammates.
Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Beverley against Augustin. Leonard looking around. And that one drops. On the league, Doris, we're seeing plenty of small ball, but some teams are going big. If you were a coach at this point, which way do you think you'd lean?
Well, Kevin, I think the best coaches maximize the talent at their disposal. And sometimes a coach philosophically may believe in, I emphasize the three-point line. I want to eliminate all mid-range shooting. I want to get to the restricted area and the free throw line. I mean, to me, I love playing a high-tempo, wide-open floor game. Let's let the players show off all their skill. How good is Paul George at getting separation? He uses the screen perfectly and sticks it to the defense.
And G.A. Chris Middleton over his career much improved on the defensive end.
A true two-way player. I tell you, that 6'11" wingspan helps. Able to use that length to bother shots and disrupt passes.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
Pass to Leonard. Augustin with the steal. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. And Giannis gets it to go on the assist by Lopez.
So strong. Giannis has really added some bulk since entering the league. Helps him absorb the contact.
Now here's Leonard. A 32-point game for him in the win against Washington.
And you know, guys, the other thing I really appreciated about his effort in that game was the effort and work on the glass. What a well-rounded performance.
Active hands from him as he's able to deflect that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley. For the Clippers, Luke Kennard comes in for Leonard. And it's Jackson in for George. And then for Milwaukee, Portis comes in for Brook Lopez. And it's Torrey Craig in for Chris Middleton. Fast break, here we go. Here's Giannis. And Giannis throws it down.
It's just hard to match up with Antetokounmpo's speed, especially in the open floor.
Kennard for 3. No good that time. And Milwaukee will come the other way. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have, staying aggressive and playing under control. And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 7-point differential. Zubac the pass to Morris. Now Kennard. Clock at 6. Kicks it to Williams to stop the run. And it's Connaughton with the rebound. Bucks leading by 7. Left side, Antetokounmpo. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Man, with that skill set at 6'11", Giannis might be the toughest guard in the league.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as he'd like.
To the middle. Shot's good by Williams.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Now the pass to Antetokounmpo. With the tip, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Jackson dishes to Williams. Back to Jackson. Pass to Williams. The rebound by the Bucks.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Forbes. Here's Portis. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Williams finds Jackson. It's good.
Well, the threat to score is real when Lou Williams has the ball, but he uses that to set up his passing game.
Here's Connaughton. Lays it up off the glass.
Boy, that was quick. Already out to a double-digit lead.
Wow, they've come out strong. Control the pace, assert their will. Nice.
And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. Bucks lead by 10. And the second quarter will get underway. Earlier on, we ran into Bobby Portis to explain the origin.
I think the underdog story, started.
And Greg playing with the chip on his shoulder has served Portis well.
Some guys try to block out the haters. Portis uses it as fuel to keep achieving more.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, what do you guys think?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
Marcus Morris is out there with Luke Kennard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Williams. And it's Jackson in at the shooting guard position. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Stolen away. Out in his own on the break. Here's Forbes. Lays it in off the breakaway. Forbes has got the lead up to 14 now for the Bucks.
And boy, he gets a great jump on the rest of the field there and just leaves them behind.
Oh, you love the awareness, the decisiveness. Great job there.
It's good on the putback.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. Here's Antetokounmpo. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Kennard on the wing. And it's Connaughton with the rebound. Milwaukee leading by 14. Antetokounmpo passes to Portis. Morris against Antetokounmpo. Back to Portis. Doesn't go that time. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. They're getting their first look of the season at the Bucks in this one.
Yeah, and last year it didn't matter whether it was on the home or on the road. They failed to take a game from either of the two meetings.
You know, they may have lost some confidence coming off those losses last year. They know their roster is similarly talented. You wonder if that provides extra motivation in this matchup this season. Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
Not an easy basket for Jackson. He doesn't shoot a really high percentage, but he does make a lot of tough hoops.
It's Giannis with the drive and the rejection by Zubac. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Luke Kennard. Paul George, he's checked in for Reggie Jackson. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Williams. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line. So it'll be Giannis Antetokounmpo shooting. It's on Nicholas Batum. Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers.
You know, we always talk about what a rare talent Giannis is, and it's true. Unrivaled athleticism and versatility.
Leonard dishes to George. Back to Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by George. Leonard's got 6. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, you know, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
And if you're looking to make a big play with the pass, you've got to love Giannis. He's a big target on those alley-oop lobs.
And George kicks to Beverly. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Beverly's got his first 2 points. Antetokounmpo looking it over. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And we talk about Antetokounmpo's all-around skills, and tonight it's been about the scoring. He's put this offense on his back.
Beverly, the pass to Leonard. 35 seconds left in the first half of basketball.
You can see the kind of savvy Kawhi Leonard plays with. This guy makes the defense commit and gets himself to the foul line.
The Clippers shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And so it's Augustine who will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Dishes to Lopez. And Lopez throws it down.
Well, one aspect that makes Lopez dangerous is his size. At 7 foot, he doesn't have to go far to slam it home.
Outside, George. Now here's Beverly. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And Ibaka is right there. Ibaka's got his first basket of the night. And here is Antetokounmpo. In the corner, Middleton with it. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been... Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. A tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 18 points, 2 steals. And that's going to do it for us here. The second.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at Antetokounmpo in this one, he's been everywhere.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
It felt like his work on the interior really gave this offense a boost. Let's see if he can dominate the rest of the way.
Setting the floor for the Bucks. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. DJ Augustine out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in its small forward. Here's Leonard. Good D by Lopez. Milwaukee leading by 14. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. Augustine finds Middleton. Serge Ibaka pulls it in.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Beverly dishes to Ibaka. Back to Beverly. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Brook Lopez. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now, and in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's three guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble, from three, and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those three guys can all hit pull-ups and step-backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the three guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having a guard the three-point line.
And George, here we go. And that'll be two free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Doris, as we've seen, NBA players are becoming more vocal on social issues. Some will say, keep politics out of sports. Should the NBA and should all sports leagues be worried about that backlash?
Kevin, one of the things I admire most about the NBA is its commitment to the causes it believes in. And whether we are talking about the mental health issues of some of their players or the current situation in the country, the NBA's commitment to supporting equality and social justice is admirable. What is controversial about equality and social justice for all? Nothing. I admire their commitment. They're on the right track.
Now, DiVincenzo. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Craig passes to Lopez. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his fourth rebound in this one. Portis, he's checked in for Torrey Craig. Clippers trail by 11. On the wing, George. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. And they're pushing it up. Here's Connaughton. And he banks in the layup. Connaughton's got his second basket of the night.
Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And following this game, they'll challenge the Grizzlies on the road at the FedEx Forum in Memphis. That sets off a 5-game tour for them. And it's George missing. Bucks leading by 13. And the 22nd pick in 2015, Bobby Portis with a nice shooting touch.
And at the same time, not afraid to mix it up, maybe to a fault. At times we've seen him get caught in the heat of the moment. You got to channel that competitive edge and stay strong mentally.
Here's George. Milwaukee with the rebound. Here's Connaughton, and that one is hammered home.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
You know this. It's not easy building a lead on the road, but this team has been lights out throughout the game.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot two free throws. Marcus Morris picks one up there. This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Two shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Ibaka. Leonard comes in for Morris, and it's Patrick Beverley in for George. The Bucks also changing it up. Giannis, he's checked in for Lopez. Chris Middleton comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Bryn Forbes.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
He got a little ahead of himself there, trying to pull the team even.
That's a big miscue, and you hate to see that happen at this point in the game.
From the arc, it's hauled in by the Clippers. Zubac has got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Leonard. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
Shoots from the line, and another basket for Milwaukee.
And just about every one of Middleton's shots is a smart one. Even from mid-range, he's not going to force anything.
And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And you can see what he wanted to do there, but that was a tough giveaway.
And I think the intention doesn't always equal the result. Wrong play, wrong time.
Antetokounmpo. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. The defensive. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. So for the Clippers right now, Beverley and Williams, the guard tandem. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum, and it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. Williams inside, covered by Giannis. Leonard on the wing. Just 5 on the clock. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here over Augustine, and the shot is long. The Bucks shooting 61% from the field, showing some marvelous touch out there. Middleton against Beverley. Middleton looking it over. That one goes. Count it. Middleton's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Bucks. To the inside. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Yeah, the tenacity of Patrick Beverley to play through the contact. Now he must complete the play with a free throw.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Kabengele's checked in. Patterson comes in for Nicholas Batum. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Leonard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Lou Williams. Well, we know the TV networks have brought more revenue, Greg, to the NBA. The expectation is for another bump when they renegotiate in 2023.
You know, at the same time, though, Kevin, with all the cord cutters out there, the league looking to make the game more accessible to those fans. I expect that to be a big part of this next deal.
Right, on your tablet, smartphone, or your computer. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Inside, Wilson. Stolen by Jackson. He's got a clear path. Here's Patterson, and it's Patterson finishing it off.
Well, a convincing finish by Patrick Patterson, giving us a demonstration of the kind of power he has at his disposal.
Wilson, nice persistence to tip it back up and in.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a sixth sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
Here's Beverley. Tries again. Pass to Kennard. To the wing right side. And And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
I remember when Patrick Patterson was coming out of high school. Major recruiting battle. Every school seemed to want this guy. Duke, Florida, you name it. But the Kentucky Wildcats win again.
And so he hits both. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Antetokounmpo with the ball. Guarded now by Patrick Patterson. For 3, Middleton. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Leonard kicks to George. Drills the three-pointer.
And looking a lot better now, but still a long way to go to get back into this one.
Yeah, but this run started with tighter execution at both ends, and that'll need to be maintained for them to have a chance to take the lead.
Here's Forbes. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. George with the ball. The layup off target. Middleton outside. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And George gets it to go.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Bucks.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
The shot by Middleton, wide open. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
Out of bounds, Milwaukee takes possession. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. And so it's Milwaukee now. It's an 18-point lead to the left side wing. Pass to Forbes. From deep. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Sinks the triple. And the Bucks lead by 21.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
And there's the pass to Jackson. Feeds it to Ibaka. And the layup's good off the glass.
Well, you love Serge Ibaka's shot selection, especially inside where he's so efficient.
From deep three-point range, offline. So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up.